the ultimate prize in college football. It's the ADT Championship Trophy. It's every team's goal. And tonight, it's a battle of unbeatens to take home that precious piece of crystal. From South Florida, as you look in on Pro Player Stadium, a battle of unbeatens. At stake, the BCS National Championship. And it is the top-ranked team in the land, the Trojans of USC at 12-0, and the #2 team in the country, also unbeaten, the Sooners of Oklahoma. Welcome to Pro Player Stadium, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. It's the BCS National Championship game. A year ago, the Trojans felt they should have been in this game. They could only share the national title. Oklahoma was in the national championship game a year ago. They lost. They feel like they've got unfinished business. And what both coaches have said throughout the past month preparing for this game, it has the makings of being something very special. Something else we have special tonight, first time ever, 2 Heisman Trophy winners meet on the same team. It's never happened before. Jason White of Oklahoma won it last year. Matt Leinart, of course, just won it weeks ago. And here come the Sooners of Oklahoma. The Big 12 champions, undefeated at 12-0. Here comes the top-ranked team in the land, the Pac-10 champions from Southern California. In August, they were ranked #1, and here in January of '05, still the same ranking. Welcome back to Pro Player Stadium, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. My partner, as always, is Bob Greasy. And partner, 4 years ago, we were here when Oklahoma was here. They beat Florida State with a Heisman Trophy runner-up. Tonight, they've got a Heisman Trophy runner-up, and they have the winner from last year.
Well, I think that this game tonight has the 2 best quarterbacks in the nation. And in Jason White, rarely do you get a chance for a do-over. Last year, he lost the championship game at the Sugar Bowl to LSU. He gets a chance to win it tonight, and he's got a great supporting cast. The best offensive line in the nation, in my estimation, and 5 outstanding wide receivers to throw to.
And oh, by the way, he's got a running back named Peterson that's not too bad.
Well, the feel-good story of the year in college football, Adrian Peterson, a true freshman. The one thing they didn't have last year in that championship game was a running game. Adrian Peterson is that running game.
The guy who's won all his games except one in the last 2 years is a quarterback for USC. He's our current Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, Matt Leinart, and I really like this kid. I think he is the outstanding player of the year, but the pressure is on him tonight. He does not have a supporting cast. He has to play well. The pressure is on Matt Leinart. If he doesn't play well, they don't have much of a chance to win.
We've all talked about it. 4 of the top vote getters for the Heisman Trophy are here tonight, and maybe the most electrifying guy in the game is here, Reggie Bush.
Well, you give me one pick of all the college players, and I'm taking Reggie Bush. There are so many things he can do. Punt returns, receiving from the outside, running from the tailback position, and he's so explosive. Anytime he touches it, he can go all the way.
Oklahoma won the toss. They deferred, so we'll see USC on offense first, and a defensive-minded Bob Stoops with Lynn Swan.
Well, Coach, you were here a year ago. Tell me now, the difference in this game, how have they improved since last year? More physically or more in their attitude?
Probably a little of both. We're stronger and more physical running the football by a long shot, and we come into this game not having to answer any questions for an entire month. A lot more positive attitude. We're excited. Can't wait.
I know you're ready to get it started, so good luck, Coach. Now let's go to the other sideline and Todd Harris.
All right, thank you very much, Swanee. Coach, so much has made me this week about Lindale White and his ankle. Is Thunder and Lightning ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready. We're full strength right now. He had a heck of a finisher this week. We're going to count on him some in this game. You're going to see him play.
I know you've talked a lot about being able to prove it on the field. Now you've got your chance. Are you and the USC Trojans ready?
Hey, this is a great opportunity. This is all we ever wanted right here. We've worked like crazy. This is the night. Let's get it done.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, see ya.
That says it all. Let's get it done. It's a Chamber of Commerce dream in South Florida tonight. It is a beautiful night at Pro Player Stadium. The series record between the 2 teams, USC leads 5 wins, 2 losses, a draw. Trojans have won the last 4.
Yeah, but at this point,
that doesn't matter.
That doesn't mean a thing.
That's Reggie Bush. We talked about him, how dangerous he is as a kick returner, a punt returner, a receiver, and out of the backfield. He waits on Garrett Hartley's kick. So amid all the flashbulbs, all the talk about #1 and #2 back in August, and out here it's 05, and we're about 3.5 hours from finding out who's going to be the BCS national champion. from the Orange Bowl underway. Trying to keep it out of Bush's hands, and in doing so, kick it out of bounds. So great field position for USC to start things. That means number 11, Matt Leinart. As we take a look at the Heisman Trophy winner, his numbers: 28 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, 67% completion, and partner, maybe more than that, 24-1 as a starter.
Exactly. He's a winner. You know, they wondered when Carson Palmer left, oh, man, who's going to replace Carson Palmer, our Heisman Trophy winner? Well, he's went, as you said, 24-1 since he's taken over.
So they'll start from their own 35. The Trojans send 5 wide receivers out with an empty backfield on the first play of the game. Pete Carroll might go long, who knows? Quick slant, Reggie Bush, first down at midfield, here he goes. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 28 on the first play of the game. And already the Trojan fans have something to cheer about. Let's take a look at our FedEx starting lineups. Here's the big fellas up front. Baker at tackle, Drake, Khalil, Machua, and Latui. The backs and receivers, Jarrett and Smith, the wideouts, Holmes, the tight end. Dominique Byrd will play a lot of tight end as well. Thunder and Lightning is Lendell White and Reggie Bush. Lee Webb is the fullback. First down USC after one play. They're at the 38 of the Trojans. Now it's Reggie Bush on the handoff, and USC going to lose yardage there. The Sooners were waiting for him, led by Dan Cody. And there is their fired up defensive end. Defensively up front, Cody's an all-conference performer. Jonathan Jackson on the other side with Magruder and Pendleton, the tackles. The linebackers back after missing most of last year with the knee injuries. Lance Mitchell, he's the leader. Ingram and Alexander flank him. The secondary, there's a rookie back there in Marcus Walker. Poole, Shelby, and Nicholson. Antonio Perkins back now, and they're playing better pass defense since he returned from an injury. Second down and 14. Leinart, quick drop, throw over the middle, and broken up by Rufus Alexander, intended for the tight end Alex Holmes. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
USC offensively, this is out of 117 Division I. Look over here defensively, how good Oklahoma defensively is. USC offensively is good, but they are not that outstanding, as we mentioned in the opening. The offensive line and the receivers are young and inexperienced.
When you talk about Oklahoma's defense, you talk about how they become on third down. Here's a 3rd and long.
They are attacking, they are aggressive. They turn into something that they don't play on 1st and 2nd downs.
At the 42 of the Sooners. Here comes some pressure. The throw is incomplete. Intended on a slant across the middle for Jason Mitchell, and it's broken up by the Sooners. So the big play to Reggie Bush accounts for nothing, and the Trojans will have to give it up.
And Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, they all told us when we were out at Southern California, they said we have got to stay out of 3rd and long, and there's Norm with his hand to his head with the pencil. They've got this figured out, but they said we've got to stay out of a lot of 3rd and long.
Antonio Perkins waiting on Malone's punt. Malone stands at his own 45-yard line. Remember, Perkins 8 times in his career has taken it to the barn on punt returns. High wobbly kick. He's going to have to fair catch this one, and does at about the 8-yard line. So a nice job by the USC punter to knock Oklahoma inside their own 10-yard line, and that's where now the Sooners will go to work offensively, and they'll do so with last year's Heisman Trophy winning quarterback in Jason White, the 6th-year senior at age 24. Some of his numbers, Grease, even better than a year ago, really.
Well, they are, and you know, that's some of the Heisman Trophy winners in the past had better years, but yet didn't win it, and that's the case with Jason White.
Jason said, last year we won almost all the individual awards you could win, and we have nothing to show for it. He was talking about the ADT Championship Trophy. Tonight he gets his shot. First down, but deep in his own territory. And it's the freshman Peterson hitting the backfield, and he lost a yard. The ball is loose, but it was blown dead. Matt Grudegood was the guy that made the stop on Adrian Peterson. The FedEx starting lineups. Here's the big eaters up front, and this as a group might be as good as there is. Sims, Shashawn, Carter, a finalist for the Remington Award. Davin Joseph, so talented at guard. Jamal Brown won the Outland Trophy. Adrian Peterson runs behind J.D. Runnels. James Bubba Moses is a tight end. And here's the receiving group that Bob talked about. Clayton and Jones and Wilson and Peoples and Bradley. They'll all see a lot of time. For Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator, who's done a great job at OU. Second down and 10. No gain on the first play. Here's White on play action, throwing and completing it out across the 25 to the 26, a first down to Will Peoples. So now the Sooners have some room to work against this USC defense. Up front, Rucker and Jackson on the ends. Patterson and Cody are both All-Americans inside at tackles. Boy, you talk about some great linebackers, and Todd talked about Lofa Tutupu with Matt Grudegood, who made the first tackle of the game. Dallas Sart's the other outside linebacker. Justin Wyatt, Darnell Bing, Jason Leach, and Eric Wright in the secondary. And Wright's a guy that they might want to pick on because he, too, is a freshman. First down, Oklahoma. Here's the pitch on the counter. Peterson got a block across the 30. Puts his head down and cartwheels for about 9. Jason Leach knocked him off his pins. But the best run so far by the 19-year-old freshman. As we take a look at the tail of the tape,
this is
going the other way.
Yeah, this is strength against strength. Offense for Oklahoma and defense for USC, especially when you get down here on sacks and third down conversions. Look at this. They're pretty good, both of them.
There's a lot of single digits there, partner.
Yeah, they're right at the top. This is going to be a great matchup.
Kewan Jones checks in. Out of the shotgun again. Jason White, plenty of time. Now he pulls it down. Throws on the run. Got a man open across the middle. Travis Wilson still on his feet, and he's down in USC territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, when you want to try to stop the run and you commit 8 guys to the run, there is single coverage in the secondary. Good coverage initially, but this is something that Jason White and his improved health this year with his 2 knees has done better. He has scrambled around to give some opportunities for his receivers who might be covered initially to get open right in the middle of the field.
So this is the first dance for the Sooners into USC territory, and their coach is loving it. First down just inside the Trojan 42. White with pressure this time. Steps up, throws, got a man. It's Bradley down the sideline. Bradley tiptoeing and lost the football in the end zone.
I don't know if he was out of bounds or not. Yes, they're marking it out of bounds. We'll see.
They've got it spotted at the 7-yard line. The guy we just talked about, Mark Bradley, out of bounds at the 7, first and goal. And he ran our camera guy over. You'll get a different look at him from here.
This play was made by the quarterback White, just buying some time and allowing Bradley to get open. And then a great throw.
There's where you see him go out. And our guys take a charge now and again.
He just barely stepped out before the ball came out.
First and goal for the Sooners. Earliest opportunity to put points on the board for either team. Kewan Jones inside handoff. And he gets to the 5. As Tutupu in on another stop. Kewan Jones, a guy that could probably start for any college team in the country. He was their leading rusher last year with almost 1,000. Kewan, a junior out of Tulsa. He goes out, and Peterson comes back in now.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of throwing with Peterson or to Peterson. That doesn't say that they won't throw in this. They may, but most of the time when they're going to pass the ball, Kewan Jones is in the ball game.
Wilson and Clayton to the near side. Jones wide to the left, and that's Clayton in motion on second and goal. Here comes a blitz. Play action. Right to the end zone. Touchdown. Travis Wilson from 5 yards from Jason White. What a drive to open things up for Oklahoma.
That's just a great drive. More than what? Was it 90 yards?
About 92.
92.
Hartley for the point after out of a Mark Bradley hold, and the extra point is up and good. Pete Carroll squinting a bit. Bob Stoops couldn't have asked for more. Jason White, here comes touchdown pass number 34 of the year in the biggest game of the year. Sooners coach is loving it. 7-0 Oklahoma. Bob, you can't engineer it much better than that.
Well, it was a great opening drive for Oklahoma, and especially White.
Watch out for number 5. Last time they tried to keep it out of his hands, and they kicked it out of bounds, and USC started at its own 35. Let's see what they do this time. Hartley to kick. Reggie Bush should get a shot at this one from the 7. And out to about the 24. Play action for Leinart. Down the middle on first down and complete to Jarrett, the freshman. And it's across the 35 to the 36, a pickup of 11. And how far has this kid come over the course of the year?
Well, coast to coast, he's come.
He sure has, from New Brunswick, New Jersey. He's the guy now that is the Mike Williams of last year.
Yeah, he's a true freshman. They've got a bunch of young players, freshmen and sophomores in the skill positions, playing along with Matt Leinart.
We told you what Oklahoma's defense has done on third down and long this year. Here comes the pressure. Matt Leinart rolls. Pressure from behind. Oh, man, did he throw a shot out near midfield, and he got it to Steve Smith. Great throw on 3rd and 11. Leinart to Smith for 14. That one couldn't get there fast enough, partner.
That's true. Steve Smith is the motion man, going to come down and go across the field. Leinart kind of rolls out a little bit, and Smith makes a nice catch. He missed the first 5 games of the year with a broken leg, a slight break in his leg. Poole brings him down, but it's still a first down.
Right near midfield. Now play action. Leinart lofts one out. Got him inside the 35 to the 33 to the tight end Bird.
First down passing, Dominic Bird. He's really a real good receiving tight end.
That's his 35th catch of the year, and he likewise missed 4 games with some injury problems, so that tells you how prolific he is as a pass-catching tight end.
Leinart went with Bird crossing, even though he had a man that was going deep down the field that had a couple steps on Perkins.
So now the Trojans have something working. Down to the 33 of the Sooners, first down. Reggie Bush comes out as a receiver, leaving David Kirkman in the backfield. Leinart rolls, throws deep, got a man, touchdown!
What a great catch!
Dominic Bird flies high and pulls it in. "33 yards. Bird has 1 for 17, 1 for 33, and we're a point away from a tie game. The kick is up and it's good. It didn't take long. A little over 3 minutes to go 75 yards, and the Heisman Trophy winner tosses his 29th touchdown pass. On the other end, a bird of prey, Dominique Bird. What a catch. Tie game, first quarter of the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. And for Oklahoma's defense, that's the first touchdown they've allowed in the last 39 possessions. That goes way back to the 4th quarter of the Texas A&M game, November 6th.
I tell you what, that was a big drive, answering right off the bat.
Line drive kick by Colleen. It'll be fielded by Travis Wilson at the 5. Travis Scott across the 30. Flag's probably going to bring back a nice run back out to the 38-yard line.
And that penalty cost Oklahoma 23 yards. That's like hidden yards from where they would have had it.
So they work from their own 15. Quick throw, completes, and spinning out across the 21 where he got hammered is Brandon Jones.
Tell you what, this USC defense is being really physical. Don't be surprised to see some balls start popping out.
Trojans were first in the Pac-10 and 9th in the country in turnover ratio, plus 14. So they popped out a few against everybody they played. 2nd and 4. Adrian Peterson collared and brought down. Nice tackle. Lofa Tatupu. How many times have I called his name already? Remember, back in '74, his daddy, Mosi Tatupu, was part of a USC team that shared a national title, and now here he is. He says, if I can win a national title, Dad's getting that ring.
Well, he's a transfer from Maine. He started out going to school up in the East and came all the way across the nation to play middle linebacker for SC.
Adrian Peterson starting off slowly so far. Only 16 yards on the ground. Kewan Jones in there right now because Jason White's in the shotgun. White gets protection, throws, almost intercepted. And Matt Grudegood had his hands on it.
Grudegood leads the Trojans in interceptions with 4. And like we say, he was a quarterback in high school, defensive back. Now he's a linebacker, so he knows how to play the ball and read coverage.
So not only did the Trojans offense do its job and get a touchdown to tie it, the defense comes to life and forces a Blake Ferguson punt. And then you've got to worry about who's on the other end, and that's Reggie Bush. Sooners look like they were a man shy on their punt team.
Well, this is a spread punt.
Ferguson, nice kick, but Reggie Bush is going to have a chance from the 27. Got by the first man, not quite actually. Travis Wilson made a great open field tackle. A 51-yard punt, but only a 6-yard return. The total yardage virtually even, though. And now the Trojans have scored on a 75-yard touchdown march the last time they had it. We'll start just inside their own 34-yard line. And Lendale White is in the backfield. He's been nursing a high ankle sprain since the UCLA game. He gets the call. Slashing off the right side. That ankle feels pretty good right now.
Oh, yes.
Dante Nicholson made the tackle, but Lendale almost ran him over. A pickup of 10.
Lendale White had some good practices the last few days. Earlier in the week when he got down to South Florida, he didn't practice hardly at all. Their concern is that he's not in shape. I don't think you're going to see him in for a lot of plays in succession.
Comes out there, gets a glad hand from the coaches and his teammates, and got his team a first down.
If he can do that, just play, just play sporadically. Give us a break. Give us some help.
Now it's Reggie Bush in the backfield. 3 wideouts for Matt Leinart. Draw play to Bush. In a lot of traffic, and the Sooners aren't going to let him go. Rodney Poole from his safety spot helps out on the tackle. Well, you can tell that these two teams know where number 28 and number 5 are at all times. So a loss of about a yard, 2nd down and 11 coming up. We've got 1:47 and the clock winding in the first quarter. Tie game in the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl between number 1 and number 2. Here comes the noise again from the Oklahoma fans. Leinart, nice play fake. Matt's got pressure and it's swatted away. Clint Ingram, the outside linebacker, came in along with Lance Mitchell, the middleman, and Ingram got a hand on it.
They had one of the backs blocking on the linebacker, and that's not going to get it. The fullback tries to block him. That's Webb, number 35, to the left of the screen. Doesn't do a very good job, and Ingram does a nice job of getting around and knocking the ball down. There was a receiver open downfield if he had time to get rid of it.
Ingram, a junior out of Hallsville, Texas, comes up with a big defensive play and forces a 3rd down and 11.
Watch this blitz over here. Here they come.
Leinart rolls away from it, has time and throws complete. Going to be short of the first down, I think, at about the 48-yard line. He got it to Steve Smith, but it's a yard or 2 short as Rodney Poole makes the tackle. Let's check in with Swanee.
Well, thank you, Brad. There are a lot of fans here from Oklahoma, but none maybe as famous as Toby Keith, country recording artist. You're a big fan of the Sooners, but they got you a little bit on the edge here, don't they?
Well, it's 7-7, but it's a great atmosphere. National championship game, two great programs. You know how it is. Oklahoma and USC are two of the greatest, and it's exciting, man. A lot of hitting going on.
There's a troop, some soldiers from Iraq that shouted out a hello to Oklahoma big fans. I know they're big fans of yours and your song, American Soldier.
Yeah, we got some troops in here tonight, but for all of them watching all over the world tonight, thank you for keeping it free for us, and everybody in America loves you guys.
Okay, we'll watch a little more football.
Boomer Sooner.
Malone to punt off the side of his foot, but it takes a great bounce. I mean, a great bounce. Inside the 5, and now a fumble. Loose ball. Mark Bradley trying to pick it up. Penalty markers are down as well. We'll sort it all out here, so hold on.
SC thinks they have possession.
And now the officials will sort it out and let us know just who has the football.
Bob, Brad, I believe if the USC player had touched the ball before Oklahoma, it's dead.
Yes.
Bradley was taking a chance that he'd get the ball back anyway.
Number 22 red did not hit in the back. During the play, there was a fumble. It was recovered by USC. It will be first and goal.
Trojans have the football.
Well, I think that's what Swanee was talking about. Bradley thinks right there that the USC guy may have touched it. That means the receiving team can pick it up and run with it. And if you do fumble it, you still get possession of it. Obviously, it doesn't hit USC.
A huge break. The side judge was right on top of it. There was never a doubt in his mind, I don't think. And now USC with a golden opportunity to take the lead for the first time tonight. First and goal, Trojans at the Oklahoma 6-yard line. Lendale White up the middle. Lendale White close in. Touchdown USC. You couldn't have a fumble more costly. And the Trojans capitalized in just one play. USC in front for the first time tonight. Ryan Killeen for the point after. Low snap, handled well, and the extra point is good. So the Sooners shocked by the turn of events. 14 straight points now for USC. Mark Bradley, and you know that's still lingering inside that helmet, Bob.
It's got to be tough, but he's just trying to make a play, and you know the players know the rules. Bob Stoops handles the punt teams, the special teams, punt teams, and you know he tells those players if a punting player touches the ball, you can pick it up and go with it, and even if you fumble it, we get possession of it back where we have it.
Be interesting to see now. Mark Bradley gets a handle on Killeen's kickoff. It appears he might from a yard deep. The guy that just fumbled on his way up the middle, and a nice return out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. First quarter comes to a close. Boomer and Sooner are looking on, but Traveler 7 has got the lead right now. The end of one at the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. I tell you what, there's a lot of different shades of red in this building tonight. Crimson on one side, Cardinal on the other, depending on who you're cheering for. The end of the first quarter, USC on a touchdown and a turnover as Traveler 7 looks on. Their team leads by a score 14-7. Jason White in the shotgun, but Peterson flanks him. A quick throw out complete inside the 40. Jawan Rankins pick up a 4. And a long ball here is intercepted.
Poor choice.
Jason Leach with the interception.
I don't understand what Jason White was thinking there. The thing that these quarterbacks had done coming into the game is not turning the ball over and making stupid plays. That was one of them.
Boy, that was just a hope and a prayer.
There were four USC guys around the one receiver. That's Clayton. getting knocked around, going downfield. This looks like an afterthought.
Yeah. Jason Leach with his 3rd interception of the year.
It's like you just short circuit as a quarterback. You said, this play's not working the way we thought it was. Let me just throw it away. And he didn't get it nearly far enough.
Well, Bob, just to let you know, White ended up on his back, so it might have been a little pressure in his face, and he just got that ball up in the air.
So now Oklahoma's seen a 7-0 lead diminish to 14-0, and another mistake. First a fumble, now an interception. Leinart pressured from behind. Hit as he throws, but the man is there and dropped it. Dwayne Jarrett had his hands on it, but Dan Cody came flying around the backside, and there was a bullseye on the back of Matt Leinart's back.
Yeah, a couple of things. Leinart is lucky to get this ball away. And then watch Cody, number 80, never gives up. That guy is going 110 miles all the time. Now
Matt Leinart will feel that one for a while.
This ball could have been intercepted. Anything could have happened. USC is fortunate that that ball wasn't picked off.
Cody, the senior defensive captain, Mr. Intensity, lines up at right defensive end here on 2nd down and 10. Lindale White, big opening for White. He's got a 1st down and more. Across the 25 to the 26. A 15-yard run that time.
Well, sometimes when you take a few days off, when you do get back, good things happen. Watch Lindale White in the offensive line blocking right up front. That just opens up real nicely.
He's only carried 3 times, but already 31 yards and a touchdown.
Well, I can say this about him. He's well rested.
You bet.
Hasn't practiced much in a month. Hurt his ankle in the UCLA game a month ago.
Just outside their own 25 of the Trojans now. And it's White again. And tripped up. Lawrence Dampier, the redshirt freshman defensive tackle, got a big old arm on him and knocked him off his feet.
I remember what my old partner Keith Jackson used to say about those running backs when they carry the ball a lot. He says, why not? He says they don't belong to a union and it ain't heavy.
2nd down, a pickup of 2 by White that time. 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans with a touchdown lead. Leinart incomplete, intended for Dwayne Jarrett. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Jarrett running a stop route against Antonio Perkins. Perkins is a very experienced 5th-year senior with 11 interceptions to his credit. And Jarrett is a true freshman, and Matt Leinart threw that on the safe side.
Yep, he did.
Threw it away from the defensive back.
Now here's 3rd down and 8. USC 43% of their 3rd down conversions on the year. And they've averaged a long yardage of almost 3rd and 12 throughout this early going of this game. Empty backfield. Leinart wants to go the other way. Throws. Caught by Jarrett. What a catch by the 6'5 freshman.
That's freshman on freshman out there. Jarrett against Marcus Walker.
Marcus is 5'11", and Dwayne is 6'5".
Well, Bob and Brad, Dwayne Jarrett, a freshman, but this is a great play showing what he has learned. He looked back at the quarterback. He read it, that it was a blitz. He had man coverage. Didn't waste a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. Moved down the field and focused on making the catch and protecting it with his body. Excellent, excellent growth for a wide receiver.
On 3rd and long, they got 18. Now it's Leinart. Might want it all. Going deep. Left sideline. Man's there. He's got him. Jarrett. Touchdown. Went to him twice in a row the 2nd time. A 54-yard touchdown. Couldn't have thrown it any better. Extra point by Ryan Killeen is coming up. And after having a 7-0 lead, now the Sooners are in trouble. The top-ranked Trojans have scored 21 straight. Another look.
Great throw down the sideline. Brodney Poole, the free safety, is out there and doesn't do a job of covering him at all.
The Heisman Trophy winner's thrown for 2. His team is up by 2. Of that 89 yards, Jarrett had 72 on his catches. On a 3rd and long, it was good for 18. And then it was good for 54 and a perfect throw from Matt Leinart for the touchdown. And USC has 21 unanswered points in the last 7 minutes and 41 seconds. And now it's a dangerous time for the Sooners. They need to answer. Killeen's kick deep and out of the back of the end zone. So Oklahoma will have to work from its own 20-yard line. 3rd and 14. White pressured, throws, intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wright. Eric Wright back to the 10-yard line.
Mark Bradley slips again. The defense, SC, is not slipping. Watches Wright's going to see it all the way, and Bradley's going to slip right there. Wright sees it all the way and makes the play. 2nd interception of the year. And SC is rolling.
And now Jason White's game in this BCS National Championship is starting to look like the game against LSU last year. The Trojans have it 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line.
As you mentioned earlier, SC leads the nation in takeaways.
Smith in motion. The gives to Lendale White. Hesitates, then follows his blockers close to the 5-yard line. Boy, and right now, if the Sooners could just force a field goal, they'd be happy.
Yeah.
Eric Wright, freshman all Pac-10 performer, and you wonder about the psyche of that guy and the whole Sooner team. They led 7-0 in this game, and now they're in danger of being behind 28-7. 2nd down and goal at the Sooner 5. Leinart looks over to Steve Smith, drops to throw, now turns, pressured, throws back against the grain, and broken up. Intended for Alex Holmes, and he never had possession. Nice play by Marcus Walker, the freshman. And that quiets things down with a 3rd down coming up. Pete Carroll, last year a share of the national championship in only his 3rd year. Reggie Bush and Rufus Alexander have a little takedown party. Well, even lost his hat. Whoop. He held that last punch. That's good. Now it's 3rd and goal. Leinart, quick throw, touchdown to Steve Smith. The Heisman Trophy winner's 3rd touchdown pass of the night. This to Steve Smith, who was once his favorite target, and coming back from an injury is in the Sooner end zone.
The pencil got him there. The guy that drew that play up beat him. And that's Norm Chow.
Killeen for the point after. Again, a low snap handled well by Malone. The extra point is good. And the Oklahoma Sooners have matched a season high with 3 turnovers, and all of them have cost them touchdowns.
And they've done it in the last 3 possessions. Right here, he's just going to come straight into the end zone. Nobody takes him. Everybody's outside thinking there's something on the outside.
This is a heck of a catch by Smith going back away. Did that ball hit the ground? I guess not. It was close. At any rate, it's 28-7. That we know. Largest deficit this year for the Sooners. And they won't get a chance to run back the kick either. Out of the shotgun. White steps up, has time across the middle on the run as Bradley's got a 1st down and more. Mark Bradley keeps his footing, still on his feet. And he's out of bounds, but not before he got to the 36-yard line. 34-yard pass play. Jason White to Mark Bradley.
The Sooners have the receivers to get back in this ball game. They just need to start making some plays. From behind the offense, the protection. Bradley's going across, breaks the tackle by Wyatt. Keeps his feet, gets downfield. Oklahoma has not had good field position. Average field position, their own 18-yard line.
So down to the 36, first down, Oklahoma. Play action to Peterson. White's in trouble, and down he goes way back by midfield. Sean Cody, the All-American senior captain out of Hacienda Heights, California.
Disciplined defense. Cody was the outside guy, the defensive end responsible for containment. White should have pulled up and threw the ball inside. Look at
White
Cody.
Walked right into that one.
Yeah.
14-yard loss. Cody's 10th sack of the season. The co-defensive player of the year in the Pac-10. Both guys have got a Cody on the defensive line, and they both play with a full motor all the time. Now it's second down and a mile for Oklahoma. 2nd and 24. Travis Wilson in motion. Here's a quick throw and a wide-out screen out to Mark Clayton, looking for his blockers. And he got it back to about the 41-yard line. Justin Wyatt knocked him out of bounds.
Jason White is a little bit out of sync, Brad. I mean, even that throw where you just pick it up and throw it out to your wide receiver was low. That's not helping your receiver. Stick it to him right shoulder length high where you can catch it and take off with it.
Remember, in the last 2 games last year, the Big 12 championship and then the BCS national championship, he had 4 interceptions and no touchdowns. Didn't help that Adrian Peterson just ran right into his hand as he was trying to throw that one. It's probably why Adrian Peterson's not in on passing down.
Doesn't know who to pick up, doesn't know who to block.
3rd and 15. White waits, scrambles, trying to find somebody open, and does! Kewan Jones down inside the 20. That's why Kewan Jones is in passing situations and Adrian Peterson isn't. On 3rd and 15, the Sooners get 25 and a first down.
Well, when White starts scrambling, Kewan Jones is going to go straight down the middle of the field. He stops there and then he starts scrambling. Now watch Kewan Jones. Right down the middle of the field he goes.
3 wide receivers trot out to the left side here on a 1st and 10, 10th play of the drive at the Trojan 16. Sooners desperately needing not just a score, but a touchdown to get back in the game. Peterson broke 1 tackle, but not the second. Matt Grudegood. Boy, those guys really know how to hit people. Grudegood and Tutupu. It'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 9. Clayton in motion. Draw play, Kewan Jones. Broke 1 tackle, skips down and falls forward near the 10. Lawrence Jackson made the tackle. 4.5 minutes left in the half. Bob, is this 4-down territory? Remember, they don't have a kicker that's kicked a field goal.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I think you got to get something out of this drive. If you would go for it on 4th down, and not get anything out of it, that would be another negative for your team. You need to get some points out of this drive.
Those numbers aren't too bad until you look all the way to the far right. Those 2 interceptions. One was when his receiver slipped, and the other one he just threw up a jump ball. 3rd down and 4. Big play for the Sooners here. The throw is low again, and a great hit put on by Justin Wyatt. And it's a loss of 2.
The Sooners are going through the motions. USC is attacking and making plays.
And they'll bring out the field goal unit following this play. That ball was partially tipped by Frosty Rucker.
Yeah, Bradley needs to get a block on the defensive back. Bradley misses the block and Clayton gets creamed.
Garrett Hartley is a true freshman who has never attempted a collegiate field goal. This will be a 29-yard attempt from the right hash. The kick on the way, and didn't look like a freshman there. He knocked that thing through. So they do get something out of it. With 3:10 left in the half, Bob Stoops' team puts 3 on the board. But they're still in a big hole with 3:10 remaining in the first half of the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. Score, USC 28, Oklahoma 10. So a 68-yard drive in 13 plays. They would have loved to have gotten 7, but they got 3 out of that young fella. And in over 6 minutes, the field goal makes it 28-10. Reggie Bush backpedaling inside his own 5, waiting for the kick. A high kick at the 4 is Reggie Bush. Reggie's been bottled up pretty well tonight, and they'll do it again this time. Dropped at the 21-yard line. At the 21, Leinert's having a good game. 3 touchdowns already. This one dropped by Jarrett. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 10. Toss to Bush with blockers in front. And now he's free. Reggie Bush across the 40. Down the sideline and all the way to the 40-yard line. In fact, they don't knock him out till he gets to the 35. You can bottle him up and bottle him up and bottle him up, and then this happens.
He'll get a 1, he'll get a 2, he'll get a 3, -4, maybe +4, and then he'll get a 35 on you, or an 80 on you. This guy's got speed to burn. Little toss to the left.
He got some nice blocking, but watch him get through the hole.
That's Dominic Byrd that comes back in motion and knocks out the outside linebacker. And Dante Nicholson has trouble getting him down, and the middle linebacker finally gets him out.
First down at the 35. Leinart has time, lofts it to Smith. He caught it, touchdown! What a catch! Fourth touchdown pass for Matt Leinart in the first half. Boy, and they used all of the field on that one. That smile says it all. Ryan Killeen for the point after. Up and good. Just when Oklahoma had gotten 3 points, Pete Carroll's Trojans stormed down the field. And 4 touchdowns already for Matt Leinart, ties an Orange Bowl record. Look at the catch by Smith with guys draped all over him. 35-10 Trojans. Ryan Killeen to kick. Travis Wilson and Brandon Jones are waiting on the other end. They haven't had a chance to return with Killeen kicking in this direction here in the 2nd quarter. He's knocked him back there for touchbacks. And a lot of ground to make up for the Sooners. They will have a chance at this one a yard deep. Travis Wilson knocked out at about the 26-yard line by Lee Webb on the special teams. The top-ranked Trojans of USC 35, number 2 Oklahoma only 10. Brad Nessler, Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, Todd Harris with you. And now ball down, and the Trojans have it. Of all things to happen to them with a minute to go, Oklahoma's turned it over again.
Jones stumbles as he's coming out of his break, and then he runs into the quarterback White. Watch this. He slips right there. Oklahoma is having all kinds of problems. The ball comes out. Jones slips right off the bat.
I think they need different shoes at halftime.
Yeah, that might be a good halftime adjustment. Get some shoes that work.
Leinart goes complete, though, and it's Dwayne Jarrett, and it's another first down for the Trojans. They're not done yet. 14 yards on 3rd and 10. Clock will stop while they move the chains, and Leinart trying to hustle his offense up there.
Yeah.
And shows the leadership of your Heisman Trophy quarterback.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
directing traffic.
Recognized the blitz, checked out of it, checked to something else, and threw quickly to his big split in.
Adrian Peterson can only look on, hoping his defense can stop the Trojan steamroller. Smith, another catch, and they stop him this time. Rodney Poole on the tackle from his safety spot. And 21 seconds remaining. Now USC will take a break. Second down and a dozen. Reggie Bush in the backfield. But it's Matt Leinart under pressure this time, and they're going to get to him. And it's Dan Cody.
That's the first sack in 23 pass attempts that Matt Leinart has gone down. Cody getting the sack.
14 seconds left in the half. Third down and 21.
Pete Carroll saying, all right, no turnovers. We don't want to help him, but at least we want to come out here with a field goal attempt.
Leinart looking left. He's going to throw it out. Incomplete. Jason Mitchell was the intended receiver.
Just be safe with the ball.
So now they're going to trot out Ryan Killeen, their field goal kicker, to try to add 3 more to the total. Finally, Oklahoma stiffens enough at least to force a field goal attempt. Ryan Killeen had some troubles earlier in the season too, but he hit 5 field goals against UCLA, which tied a school record, and he has hit his last 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And this will be an attempt at about 45 yards. They'll call it 44 officially. Killeen from 44 yards away. Kick on the way, and it's good. What a half of football offensively for the top-ranked team in the country. Right now, it's total domination by the top-ranked team in the country, the Trojans of USC. They'll go to the locker room, and I'm sure they never anticipated this in a million years, that they'd go to the locker room with a 4-touchdown lead. Swanee?
Well, Coach, we realize this is unfamiliar territory for you this year. Some mistakes on your part, some good plays by the Trojans. How do you coach them up for the second half?
Well, as much as anything, don't beat yourself, which we have. You know, 3 turnovers on our end of the field result in whatever, 17 points, and then 2 bombs, which, you know, we have safe coverages that ought to be able to cover. We just got to make plays.
Okay, Coach, see you in the second half. Todd Harris?
All right, thank you, Swanee. Pete, I think everyone in America is surprised. You know how good this team is. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised that we're out like this right now because we have so much respect for Oklahoma and they're a great football team. We got a whole half to get this thing going. We scored 38. They may be able to score a bunch too. But it's a great showing for our first half in this ballgame. I hope we can do something in the second half.
You've got Norm Chow up there. You're running the defense. Do you make any adjustments or you just keep letting the steamroller go?
We got a long halftime, so we're going to talk about some stuff, try to come up with some good things here.
Good luck to you.
That's it.
They've won 31 straight with a halftime lead. They've won 21 straight in the last 2 years. Great plays by great players. That's what the Trojans have going for them right now. They lead 38-10. We didn't expect this either. Turnovers kill you every game. Not ever this bad, though.
Well, you always hear coaches talk about turnovers. Now, if you're in USC's locker room, you got to go out and play the second half and expect Oklahoma to play better. And if you're in Oklahoma and you're down by 4 touchdowns, you say, hey, that wasn't our team, the team that played all year. We're capable of going out and scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns in the second half. You should be fortunate. You should be lucky that we have another half of football to play, and you're not going to walk away the season with that one in your mind.
They get the football to start the second half. That'll help them. So I hope you got some Home Depot coaching adjustments for us. You got to build something here.
Well, you got to keep your intensity on both offense and defense if you're a Southern Cal. And for Oklahoma, you got to get after Leinart. You got to pressure this guy and settle down on offense and make some plays and don't turn the ball over.
He's only been hurried a couple of times by Dan Cody, both times hit after he threw near his own end zone once and sacked once. Other than that, Matt Leinart has looked like a Heisman Trophy winner. He's looked all the part of the All-American that he is, and he's got his team a 38-10 lead. Here we go, second half 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. ADT Championship Trophy on the line. 2 more quarters to go. Touchback. Oklahoma will work from the 20 as we check in with Todd Harris.
Well, Brad, the story from the USC locker room was just what Bob Greasy said, intensity. I talked to a few of the coaches. They said their biggest concern really is the players are going to get tired. To a man, not many of them sat down during the whole halftime. They wanted to get back out on the field and finish what they started. Intensity is high. They said they haven't seen anything like this in a long time. They actually had to hold the players in the tunnel because they wanted to get back out on the FedEx Orange Bowl field. Right now from Warren, Oklahoma, let's check in with Lynn Swan.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, when I talked to Coach Stoops, he said, we're not going to abandon the run game. We're going to stay with it. We're going to go after it. We need some big plays on our running attack. We had a 90-yard drive in the first possession of the first half. We want to come back and do that again. But what was more interesting to me was as Oklahoma was coming back onto the field, quiet, somber, not down, just quiet, the locker room for USC was wide open. They were singing, they were chanting, they were emotional. Now, I don't know if they left the doors open on purpose, but that was a little bit of gamesmanship. I think that they hope will work in their favor.
Swanee, they almost left the trap door open on that run by Peterson. He dropped it, got it on a 2-hopper, and picked up a first down. That could have been disaster to open the third quarter. Here's a draw play. Peterson again, and he got out to about the 35-yard line. So good start as we take a look at our Tostitos first half game summary statistically.
Well, you got to look at the turnovers and the points off of turnovers. OU has turned the ball over 4 times. Neither team rushing the ball very well.
And then you look at that average starting position.
Oh, yeah.
You'll take it near midfield anytime.
Yeah. 7 possessions, 5 of them for Oklahoma has started at their 20-yard line or worse.
We talk a lot about the opening drive of the third quarter being big. This is huge for the Sooners. White throwing a little bit behind, and now they're going to see incomplete to Clayton. He thought he caught it, or at least he tried to make the officials believe he had. And Mark's got a big smile on his face. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
But even though Jason White is a 6th-year senior, even though he has a Heisman in his house, and even though that he's 27-3, you got to believe his confidence is a little bit shaken.
No doubt.
And he's the guy that's got to lead them back. The coaches can talk, but he's the leader on the field that's got to bring them back.
The senior out of Tuttle, Oklahoma, in the shotgun on 3rd and 7. Drops back, flushed out of the pocket. Goes cross field and broken up, intended for Bradley. Justin Wyatt made a great play on the corner.
Just good man-to-man coverage by Southern California's defensive backs. And I'm sure this is exactly what Pete Carroll wanted his defense to do. Come out, first possession, make them punt the football.
And now they've got to punt it to Reggie Bush after Wyatt made that great play. They had his left arm wrapped a little bit around there, but in slow motion, it looked more that way than it did in real time. Ferguson to punt, Bush on the other end. They'd like to keep it away from him. Good kick, and Reggie misjudged that. That punt went farther than he thought it was going to. He looked like a center fielder backing up and losing one in the lights, so no damage done there. A 50-yard kick.
If you're USC and you're Matt Leinart, you don't necessarily need to score the second half. Just don't turn it over and help the opposition.
Play action, they throw, and they get a first down. Kirkman, the fullback, rumbles out of bounds. Pick up a 15.
You got Norm Chow calling these plays for you, and that's a nice, safe play. Gets the quarterback away from the defensive line, and it's a short completion.
And of course, he's been with more good quarterbacks than probably any football coach in history. First at BYU under Lavelle Edwards.
27 years at BYU. He had 3 quarterbacks that went on to be #1 picks in the NFL.
Jim McMahon and Steve Young and Robbie Bosco and a Heisman Trophy winner and Ty Detmer. Then Carson Palmer here at USC after Phillip Rivers at NC State. He's worked with good ones. Here's Lendale White into the secondary, and the big fella's got another first down. 14 yards, and he's just rumbling. First half possessions. This is pretty impressive after that opening punt.
This one here, the 1 yard. That was after the punt, but the rest of them, look at this.
Scored on 5 straight. That first 6-yard one
Got a
was
couple
after the fumble by Bradley and punt return.
A couple of Oklahoma possessions. Field possession, I mean.
Third and 10, Leinart rolls. Gonna go deep. Got a man out. Smith got it inside the 10. First and goal, USC at the 7.
There was one man out for USC. Smith, the only guy that was out. Leinart rode to this way to his right side, threw the ball to only one guy. This is for protection. He wants to get outside the pocket. Look at all the, that's the only guy that's out in the route, and he beat 2 Oklahoma players.
And again, a perfect throw.
Yes, lays it right in there.
Well, Bob, you say he beats 2 guys. Well, he gets open by a little bit. I mean, that's an unbelievable throw. When he threw that pass, there was no reason why you would think he was an open receiver, but he lays it to a spot where only his receiver can get to.
First and goal just inside the Oklahoma 7. Leinart, play action. Pressured, and down he goes, and he fumbled. Nope, they're going to say the ball was dead. The Sooners covered it, but the referee said he was down.
Every time the Sooners have a spark of an opportunity to make a play, a turnover, it's not there.
Verdine is the guy that hit him. The ball came out, but his knee apparently had already hit the ground. Brings up second and goal. And Brent Venables trying to push back his head coach, who's upset over this play.
Yeah, he knows they need a spark. They need something good to happen.
Ooh, they're saying his arm came
Yeah,
forward.
that was an incomplete pass. His hand was coming forward.
Barely.
Yeah.
Second down and goal, back to the live action. Mitchell in motion. Leinart gives it off to Lindale White. White bangs his way down to the 4, maybe to the 3. Lance Mitchell, the middle linebacker, made the stop. They'll bring up third and goal.
Yeah. This,
you know, you were talking about Jason White's got to lead his team back. The Oklahoma defense is somehow going to stop the bleeding, or it's not going to matter.
That's right. And where they have not stopped it is in the pass defense, which has bugged them in 3 or 4 games throughout the year. When teams have scored a lot of points, that secondary for Oklahoma has just been porous.
USC has passed on all of its third downs, all 8 of them. They've got third and goal here. Reggie Bush shuffles in the backfield. Leinart over the end zone. Steve Smith, touchdown. And a new Orange Bowl record, 5 touchdown passes. And Smith has yet another.
That's very similar to the touchdown pass he caught before. You know, Norm Chow must have found a weakness, and I think the weakness is throwing on the middle linebacker, Lance Mitchell.
Extra point by Ryan Colleen is up. And right now it's a Trojan clinic with 10:42 remaining in the third quarter. Oklahoma is the team that needed a touchdown to open up the third quarter. Instead, it's Norm Chow's offense, Pete Carroll's Trojans, and Matt Leinart going deep once and then to the end zone next. Smith with his third touchdown catch ties David Terrell's Michigan record that we saw here at the Orange Bowl a few years ago. And Leinart's 5 is a new record. Oklahoma will have to take a knee. Travis Wilson downs it, and they'll have to work from the 20-yard line. Okay, there's the ADT Championship Trophy. That's what they want to take home. They didn't get a chance to capture it last year, but they're well on their way right now. In the middle, and broken up again by Justin Wyatt. How good a game has the junior out of Compton, California had?
Well, that's what we said. Pete Carroll's defense, they'd say 8 to stop the run and let those corners play football. Let the corners cover. Down and in. Jones runs around. Just beat the corner right good enough.
Bob and Brett, I like Pete Carroll's comment when we asked him about the cornerbacks and what he wanted. He said, well, what I want for my team is to turn tailback U and the cornerback U.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been 23 years since a USC tailback led the Pac-10 in rushing.
2nd and 10. Kewan Jones, the inside handoff. Only got a couple. And as we approach 8 minutes, it's going to be 3rd down and long. Billy Sims had held the Oklahoma record for single-season rushing until just moments ago. Adrian Peterson went past him. Over 1,900 yards in a single season. And of course, Billy won the Heisman Trophy. One of 4 Oklahoma players that has done so, and I'm sure that young man who was runner-up this year will have a great opportunity again next season. And here comes USC with a heat again. He's in trouble, and they're going to get him. Down he goes. Patterson chased him. Tutupu tracked him down. Running time again for the Sooners. Jason White looking up at the scoreboard replay.
Looking back and say, let me see what happened.
He's been banged around a little bit tonight. 2 sacks, but knocked down several other times. Ferguson to punt. Reggie Bush has to call for a fair catch and takes it right at the 30-yard line. 6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Still a lot of football left, but right now all the excitement belongs to the Trojan fans and their team. Top-ranked USC, 45-10. 6:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the Trojans with a big lead and the ball back, leading 45-10 in the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. And now they can almost feel their fingers around that ADT championship trophy. And their 21-game winning streak right now isn't in a lot of danger. There's what they're playing for. They want to take that baby back to Southern California. Reggie Bush. Goodbye. No, he's tackled by Rodney Poole. What a tackle by the safety. I didn't think they were going to catch him. Rodney maybe didn't either, but great job diving. Effort just to get the shoestring clip on number 5.
Watch you blocking that offensive line. Latui, number 71. Matua's 51. Poole just barely clips him. I didn't remember of all the tape we watched ever seeing him get caught from behind.
And he had to time it perfect. Reggie's foot hit Rodney right in the face mask, and Rodney's saying, I'll take it. 73 yards on 5 carries. 1st and 15. Matt back to throw again. All day. Fires it out complete. Dwayne Jarrett. And Jarrett and Smith having a field day as the 2 wide receivers when we expected Oklahoma's wide receivers to be the best core. But these 2 guys have really played well tonight. And Reggie Bush, we talked about how electrifying he can be in a variety of ways. We take a look with a spotlight on Reggie. Some of the things that make him special. He's bone-rattling fast, for one thing. He's got great moves. Bone-breaking moves, I guess. Ankle-breaking moves. And he can turn it on in a variety of different fashions. There's what he's done tonight so far. And here's the toss to him. On the corner. Whoops, he slipped, took himself down, or he might have had a little bit more daylight, too. We're under 5.5 minutes in the 3rd quarter with Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, and Todd Harris. Brad Nessler with you. It's the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl from Pro Players Stadium here in Florida. It's been all Trojans since the opening drive of the ball game when the Sooners went 92 yards to take a 7-0 lead, and then turnovers started to kill them. And USC has jumped on every turnover opportunity that the Sooners have afforded them. And right now they're running away with the ball game 45-10, and they're running away with the BCS National Championship. Back to throw. Leinart lofts it near side. I don't know. Out of bounds. Got his hands on it. Let's check in with Todd again.
Well, Brad, a lot of the credit for Reggie Bush goes to Norm Chow. maybe even Pete Carroll, but this is the lady that deserves all the credit. This is Denise Griffin. This is Reggie's mom, and Mrs. Griffin, I see a big smile on your face.
Yes, I'm having a good time. Really proud of my son. It's an exciting time for all of us, and we're just enjoying ourselves right now here in Florida and at the game.
Reggie's whole family's here. What was the mood of Reggie prior to this game? Did he have confidence coming in? Did he say, we're going to go out and make a statement?
He didn't say anything like that, but he was very confident. We seen him last night just for a few moments, and he just said, Mom, I'll see you after the game.
No problem.
No problem. It was like no problem, no sweat.
Lamar and Denise Griffin, and unfortunately for opponents, there's another one coming. There's Joe Vaughn, Reggie's little brother down there, and I hear he's not too bad. Brad?
No problem on a 42-yard ride. Killeen field goal either. He's hit 9 in a row now. He just tacked 3 more on with 4:01 to go. The Trojans 48-10 in the third quarter. You're one of those Trojan cheerleaders. Your arms and elbows are getting tired. It's 48-10. That's a lot of push-ups.
What's up, baby? Hey, everybody at home, I love you, baby. I'm gonna hold you down, baby. Team. Hey.
You know, both Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, well-spoken young men.
Yep.
Very easy to talk to.
This kick finally returnable. Mark Bradley. Oh, what a hit. At about the 17-yard line. Ouch. Lee Webb on the special teams. Second time in a row he's made a big hit on a kick return. Playing for the national championship and well in hand. 48-10. The fourth quarter they think belongs to them. 48-10 as we head into the fourth and final quarter of the college football season. And right now the top-ranked team in the country looks all of that and then some. Here's a pass complete out to Travis Wilson. Going to bring up second down and about 6. First possession was picture perfect. 92 yards and a touchdown in 12 plays, just under 6 minutes. It was White to Travis Wilson for a touchdown, but in the last 8 possessions, nothing but 1 field goal. Travis Wilson again trying to wheel around and get to the first down sticks, and he's going to be a little bit short, about a yard short. Third down and 1 coming up. Lofa Tatupu in on another tackle, and the last time we checked he had 11 tackles. What a night he has had.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's just a junior.
His first name officially is Mosi Ula, which is his dad's name. His middle name is Mialofa Tatupu, and he's taken the middle name and making a name for himself. He's not just Mosi's little boy anymore.
Yeah, he's grown up. He's going to have his own ring.
Yep. Jason White to throw. Got it out to his tight end, Bubba Moses. Mosi Tatupu, the special teams player of the year, named after his dad, who had some great career with the New England Patriots. But Lofa Tatupu tonight, he has been all over the place. I know his dad's proud of him. We talked about the fact won a conference crown with Maine in Division I AA when he was a freshman before transferring. He gave that ring to his mom, and then he gave the ring from last year, share of the national championship, to his dad. He says, you know, my sister's due some jewelry pretty soon. She might get the best ring of them all.
Yeah, she'll get this one. They may get another one next year, the way this team is, John.
Could be, yeah. 12 tackles tonight. And out to the 49, a first down. Manny Wright comes off. Looked to be a little bit shaken up, having a great game on the defensive line for USC. Comes to the sideline. First and 10, 13 minutes to play. Jason White trying to hurry things up, trying to get some kind of offense going. Throws down the middle, it's intercepted. This one by Matt Grudegood. And one of the defensive captains and one of the stars of that linebacking core has yet another turnover.
Grudegood makes his 5th interception of the year.
And the 3rd interception of the night suffered by Jason White, having another BCS nightmare. The 71st FedEx Orange Bowl. Great job that the Orange Bowl committee did putting on this BCS National Championship game. Both teams have had a lot of fun in their time down here. It's just no fun right now if you're a Sooner or a Sooner fan, and it's jubilation time if you're a Trojan or a fan of the University of Southern California. Matt Leinart, the Heisman Trophy winner, has had a record-breaking night. 5 touchdown passes is a new Orange Bowl record. He gives it off to Lendale White. And White into the secondary. Lendale off to the races inside the 30. Down to the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. And the rich get richer.
It's a nice job up front of that offensive line. We mentioned it. We thought this might be a little bit of a soft spot. But Baker and Drake and Khalil and Matua and Latui up front. And Lendale White says, give me some time off and I'll come back and run strong for you.
Gracie's over 100 yards, and that's the 18th play of 10 yards or longer tonight for USC. Wow, that's something. He stays in there as a tailback in the eye. On a first down, he'll get the call again. Lendale broke 1 tackle, got inside the 15 to the 14. Rufus Alexander made the stop. .324 yards passing for Matt Leinart. Lendale White over 100 yards rushing. Steve Smith and Dwayne Jarrett both over 100 yards receiving. You do it like that, you're not going to lose.
You know, and being around SC, you know, Keith and Dan and those guys do the games mostly out there, but we did one game this year. We went out and saw some practices being around Pete Carroll and Norm Chow, Lane Kiffin and Ed Orgeron and some of the guys. They really do it right. The kids are well behaved, they're well disciplined, and I was very impressed with the whole situation. I mean, first class operation all the way.
And it might be the beginning of a dynasty, really, when you think of sharing a title last year. Pete's just his 4th year. He's going to be 42-9 when this one's over. And the 53-year young head coach who has more fun. You know, we were before the game. At the end of practice, the walkthrough yesterday, he must have thrown passes for 20 minutes.
Oh, he loves it.
Before the game tonight, he did it for probably half an hour. It's just funny to watch a head coach throwing the football around. I walked over to him and I said, you don't have a bad arm for an old broken down defensive back. And he said, Ness, I'm still working on it.
I said, were you a quarterback? He says, it's a wannabe quarterback.
Lendale White down to about the 8-yard line, a yard short of the first down.
But you talk about somebody that didn't hit it off in the NFL, fired by the Jets, fired by the Patriots, was out of football for a year. You know, Mike Garrett tried to hire Dennis Erickson for this job. He didn't want it. Tried to hire Mike Riley for the job. He didn't want it. Tried to hire Bellotti. The 2 coaches at the Oregon schools, Oregon and Oregon State, both turned down the job at USC before it was offered to Pete Carroll. And as they say, the rest is history.
That's right. 4th and short. Lendale White's got the short. He might have the touchdown. Going to be a celebration penalty. I don't think they care. Matua even spiked it. They might get a couple celebration penalties. I don't know. Lendale White from 8 yards out for the touchdown. It just keeps piling up right now for USC. Quite a night. Over 1,000-yard night, over 100 yards in the single game tonight. And the extra point by Ryan Killeen is good. 9:46. A happy Heisman Trophy winner. A happy USC band. Our FedEx Express passing yards and ground yardage tonight. Passing yardage USC 332, 100 more than Oklahoma. And the FedEx Ground stats, USC 185. Oklahoma, Adrian Peterson and company have not been able to get on track. That was the main goal of the defense of Pete Carroll and his Trojans. Stop Adrian Peterson. If we could cut that off, we can force last year's Heisman Trophy winner to throw, and they have him. They've intercepted him 3 times. Here's the kick.
Look at this. They're
from
kicking
the 10-yard line.
They're kicking off from the 10-yard line because of the 2 unsportsmanlike conduct.
Look at where Travis Wilson and Mark Bradley are there on the bottom of your screen. They're about at the 35-yard line. Here's the one hopper, and Bradley will take it at about the 31. Bradley into USC territory. It's going to be probably the best starting field position that they've had all night. It's too bad. Those total yard statistics were not correct. USC's got over 500 yards tonight in total offense. Peterson on the carry. Ronald Nunn brought him down. Adrian Peterson doesn't look like he's going to hit his century mark, as he did 11 times out of 12 games this year. But the future bright for him, obviously. And Norman. Just 9 minutes away, and the ADT Championship Trophy will be in the hands of USC to take back to the West Coast.
Hey, the second year in a row that Pete Carroll and the Trojans have gotten at least a share of it.
This time it'll be all theirs. Peterson got 4 more.
This is Pete's, what you say, 4th year,
right,
and his 2nd national championship back-to-back now that they can claim.
Speaking of Pete, there's Rodney Peete, former USC quarterback. Going to be a lot of celebrating going on. Sean Salisbury, we saw him down, our ESPN colleague, former Trojan, before the ball game. Paul McDonald, who works the radio broadcast for USC, the left-hander, another former USC quarterback. So a lot of those guys will be celebrating. They all have big smiles on their faces. Here's a quick screen, and that's all blown up by Darnell Bing.
Yeah, see, all the Trojans are making the plays, and the Clayton and all of the receivers for Oklahoma are standing around. It just who came to play tonight and who didn't.
Bob Stoops, who won a national title in just his 2nd year, now in his 6th season. He'll drop to 67-12, and this will be the first time they've lost all season long. And their motto this year was to finish, and they're going to finish the season, unfortunately for the Sooner fans, with another setback in a BCS national championship game.
Yeah, this is Bob Stoops' 3rd appearance in a national championship game in the last 5 years. They only won it once, but they've been in it the last 2 years and didn't win it.
And now they're going to say, they call touchback or say that ball went out at the 1-yard line.
And that's close to being a safety.
It is.
And it is. That's one way for Oklahoma to get a few points.
I guess so. Safety has made it 55-12. I think there's probably a penalty on Matt Leinart, too, for spiking the football in disgust. We'll find out about that when we come back. With 6.5 minutes remaining in the ball game, back live at Pro Players Stadium, Matt Leinart, about the only thing he's been disgusted with tonight is he was just knocked down for a safety
first
because
mistake of the night
of a bad mishandle in the backfield in the end zone. So now the free kick coming up, and the punt goes to the 33 to Brandon Jones, and Brandon gets back across midfield to about the 49 of the Trojans. Jason White to throw out Travis Wilson, and Travis out of bounds 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down, a pickup of 7 as we're down to just a little over 6 minutes remaining in the ballgame. You got to feel bad for Jason White. The main reason that he came back this year after winning a Heisman Trophy, though a lot of people don't anticipating him as being a high draft choice at a quarterback spot in the National Football League, but he said, I didn't want that sour taste in my mouth in the Big 12 championship game last year and then the BCS title game in the Sugar Bowl and the loss to LSU, because he threw 4 interceptions in those 2 games and no touchdowns, and he felt like he let his teammates and the Sooner fans down, so he came back 6th year of eligibility because of the medical hardship of having knee surgery twice, and came back, and he was so excited. As you said, you don't get many chances to have a mulligan, and he had it tonight, and he hit it out of bounds, unfortunately. But he's not the only one.
No, he had a do-over, and he came in tonight, and they didn't get it done. Last year, the defense was LSU. Nick Saban's defense. They were really good. The corners were NFL-type corners, and tonight they really felt like they could throw on these corners. Wyatt on one side and Wright on the other, and they have not.
And here's some open field now down the sideline inside the 10 is DJ Wolf, the freshman. And getting a little playing time and a nice run. That's the best run of the night for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Thomas knocked him out. So first with the safety, and now with what might be a touchdown coming up, you take away a little bit of the difference on the scoreboard, but it's not going to be that way. Even if they score a touchdown, it's not going to matter.
Well, SC's got their backups, their second string defensive line, and the whole secondary and defensive line in there.
Out of the gun at the 12-yard line. Jason White, handoff, Wolf again. Oh, man. Took a couple hits that time, and very little gain, if any, on the play. As we work our way down, they're starting to unbox those BCS National Championship FedEx Orange Bowl title T-shirts.
You know, this SC team is going to be strong, and I can't see. They lose one coach. Ed Orgeron is going to Mississippi as the head coach, but as long as they have Pete Carroll being the head coach and defensive coordinator, and Norm Chow running the offense, and that great supply of talent and recruiting out of the state of California, I don't see this going down. There's our Ed Orgeron.
We wish him luck with his new head coaching job in the SEC.
He was a coach here at University of Miami for a number of years. Had a couple of championship rings with Miami.
Kelly Norton Jr., who Shaq talked about a little while ago, just came into your picture. Great linebacker in his own right in the professional ranks. Good coaching staff. They have a lot of fun. They work hard, and it's all paid off for them, hasn't it?
It really does. Really, they have fun.
Reynolds goes out in motion to fullback. Jason White to the end zone. Touchdown, Travis Wilson. Good for Travis. He's stuck in there. He's made a lot of catches tonight, and he gets in the end zone, and it just makes the score look a little more not so hard to look at, I guess you should say, for the Sooners.
It doesn't matter what the score is. Bob Stoops, it hasn't been a pleasant night for him, but you know, it's tough. You win games during the season, and you come up and you lose the championship game last year. You come back and you do everything right this year. You win the Big 12 championship. You go through the Big 12, and here you come in against. There's no question in my mind that USC is the best team in the nation.
And Mike Garrett, the athletic director, hugging his head coach and going back just to make sure to hug him again. And we'll be back. Jubilation on the Trojan sideline. They're just 4 minutes away from handling that ADT championship trophy. Matt Leinart, the Heisman Trophy winner, looked all the part tonight.
Yeah, I vote for him.
Yeah, 5 touchdown passes. Orange Bowl record, 332 yards.
All that nonsense about the Heisman Trophy winner can't win.
Yeah, the jinx thing.
Bowl game, can't win the national championship. He put that aside, didn't he?
He sure did. And they're going to kick away. And it goes out of bounds. That's just a microcosm of how things have gone tonight. Gee whiz.
Well, who do you think's going to be ranked #1 at the beginning of the year?
I'd say maybe this team, whether Matt Leinart's there or not.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, if he's not, the two backups, Castle and Brandon Hance, are both fifth-year seniors, so they're graduating. If Leinart leaves, it goes back down to
Booty.
John David Booty.
Yep.
Would be and they've got a new freshman coming in. I think they're happy about. So they got all kinds of talent.
And they're getting ready to get their coach wet too in the last 3.5 minutes. And Pete's having a great time over there, and why not? He's an excitable coach. The players just love being around him. He makes even the drudgery of practice fun, and nobody has more fun, I don't think, than him. And boy, this is a night to have fun, that's for sure. So a dominating performance by USC. Their band just ready to light it up here pretty soon. And everybody set to head out on the field. They couldn't get enough hands in there to get those national championship caps out of that box and those T-shirts out of that box. Pretty soon they'll all be down there with Swanee to hoist the 71st FedEx Orange Bowl trophy. Your BCS national champions, the Trojans of USC. A perfect season at 13-0, and let the celebration for the University of Southern California begin. All Matt Leinart and all USC tonight. They're the national champions here at the FedEx Orange Bowl. 55 points on the board. 55-19. Top-ranked USC over #2 Oklahoma. Last year they had to share the title. This year they're not going to share it with anybody. And if that guy comes back, maybe even if he doesn't come back, this might be a Trojan dynasty that's going to last a long time. They've won 22 straight.
Well, they've won 33 out of the last 34 since Matt Leinart took over at quarterback.
USC, a big winner tonight to win the BCS National Championship and the ADT Championship Trophy that goes with it. We'll join John Craig and Aaron and Lynn Swan with a presentation of that National Championship Trophy when we come back in a moment. I think they're fixing to have a California beach bash right here in South Florida down on the field. Let's go down to Lynn Swan. Swanee.
Well, thank you very much, Brad. We are here. This is the 7th BCS 1 versus 2 national championship game. And I have with me the proud chairman and president of the Orange Bowl Committee, Christopher Knight. And we are going to present the ADT National Championship Trophy.
Lynn, what a game. On behalf of the Orange Bowl community, all of South Florida, I would like to congratulate the University of Southern California Trojans and Coach Pete Carroll. And to present the trophy is Michael Snyder, president of ADT Security Services of North America. Michael.
Coach, congratulations to you and your team on a fantastic game and a great season. Now, on behalf of ADT Security Services, 6 million customers, 21,000 employees, 350 authorized dealers, my pleasure to present to you the ADT National Championship Trophy for the 2004 college football season.
We'll take it. Lift it up.
Hey. While you hold that one, Coach. All right, Matt, don't take that too far. While he holds that one, Chris is going to present you with another one.
Lynn, we got a heavier one here. I'd like to introduce Mike Glenn, Executive Vice President of FedEx, present our Orange Bowl trophy. Mike.
Congratulations to USC. Pete, just a wonderful job. Let me give you this Orange Bowl trophy. Maybe not. Let me give you an orange.
The 71st Orange Bowl, FedEx Orange Bowl, congratulations, Pete Carroll. What a tremendous win for the University of Southern California.
Thank you, Lynn. It's even greater that we got a Trojan talking about it right now with me. This is an extraordinary night for the Trojan family. We're so proud to represent this great following. They've been awesome. It's something really special is happening, and we're just loving being a part of it. It's great to do it here in the Orange Bowl in such great style and class and fashion. We're really thrilled about this.
Well, Coach, you brought this football team from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, and you brought all these fans. But you couldn't have imagined, I don't believe, that you were going to dominate this great and very good Oklahoma team the way that you did.
Now, honestly, we have great respect for Oklahoma and their program. We really didn't think it could happen like this, but our players really believed we could make this happen last night. They knew that we had a real chance to make it a normal football game for us. We could play the way we were capable of if everybody hung together. We brought great heart, and they just wouldn't let it happen any other way. They wanted to leave no doubt.
Well, I do believe that did not leave any doubt whatsoever. Back-to-back national championships. And now, Coach, you've got a phenomenal football team. You know, if Matt Leinart comes back, you've got 16 starters returning. Everybody wants to know, is this just the beginning of a new Trojan dynasty?
Hey, I don't know anything about that. What I do know is this team has learned how to work. They've learned how to play together and to bring out the very best in each other. And we'll continue to do that, and if that's what that takes us, we'll go take that too. We'd love to have it. Hey, I want to make sure all those people up there stay here. We're going to have a party tonight. Thanks for coming out to the Orange Bowl. How much do we love this? How about it? Woo!
And now I'm going to go back upstairs to my colleagues, Brad Nessler and Bob Greasy.
All right, Swanee, and thank you. Been a great season, though, partner.
All right, bud.
Enjoyed every bit of it. And the end of the college football season. 22 straight wins for USC. Another national championship. But this, as they said, there was no doubt. It's all theirs right now. The undisputed national champions, the BCS title holders from the FedEx Orange Bowl in edition number 71.